Hi, my name is Carlo Finotti. I'm Senior Vice President of Service Delivery at DataStrike. My 2025 predictions are all around artificial intelligence because you know what? We can't talk about it enough in our day to day lives. But in all seriousness, we spoke to a couple of our enterprise customers, and there's probably a couple resounding residual comments that come from each of the customers. It's definitely security needs. Some have blocked AI. They want to see where we're going. So in 2025, AI and cybersecurity and ensuring that intellectual property might not be released. The other is for the betterment of data. How do we take data, put it through a series of cloud environments, whatever products you're using, and how do we use it to do better predictions? So in 2025, it's going to be around cybersecurity and also predictive analytics. But in our day-to-day lives, it's being infused across our operating system. You see the Copilot icon pop up. The upcoming operating systems for Windows, at least, are being called Copilot. And then obviously, Google's releasing Android and doing its AI release within its phone. All the social platforms, if you're in them, you'll start to see assistants and AI assistants. And so, at the end of the day, in the enterprise, there's going to be cybersecurity, there's going to be analytics. I think those are going to be a couple of the big portions, and our day to day lives will be around the assistants around our social platforms, phones, and operating systems. But that's my predictions for 2025.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ajay Khanna, and I'm the Chief Marketing Officer at Mezmo. And today I'm going to share some of my thoughts as we enter 2025. And so we all know that our application environment, our infrastructure is getting more distributed, getting more complex, and the shift to digital is going to continue. So which also means that the amount of data that we are generating, especially telemetry data, logs, metrics, traces, event, is going to keep increasing. Uh, According to certain research, this data is growing around like 25% year over year. And I have come across certain organizations where this data is growing 40% year over year. So that is continuing, right? Increasing in data. And if we add to the mix the artificial intelligence and the appetite of data around the whole AI programs, that is going to add fuel to this fire, and there will be more and more data being processed, more and more data being collected. So it's just going to increase. Talking about artificial intelligence, organizations are definitely really excited about the aspect and potential of artificial intelligence, but most of them are still either in experimental stage or even struggling with the implementation, especially around DevOps environments. So, artificial intelligence must support your developer and SRE workflows. It needs to be part of their natural workflow to help them make more efficient, to help them be more productive. And I would really recommend reading the 10th DORA report, which dives into their research around the adoption and impact of artificial intelligence on DevOps. So, really interesting report to kind of take a look at. Next aspect on my mind is data governance, especially around telemetry data, like we talk about logs, metrics, traces, and which really helps you understand what are the contents of the data, what is the what is the access around the data that we are providing, who gets access to what are the sources that this data is coming from, and how is this data getting transformed through various stages. So all that aspect of data governance will become important to really understand the data, not only understand the data, but have the trust in data before you can use it. So based on your organization's policies, there needs to be a mechanism in place where you can enforce certain policies to make sure that the data is in the right hands and the data is trusted and data is processed properly. So the aspect of data governance will be critical. And for next year, I would really recommend to determine what are your business priorities, and then get understanding of your data, where the data is coming from, what are your contents of the data, which data you want to keep, which you want to discard, which you want to process. So all that understanding of the data will become really critical. So make sure that you have mechanisms in place to understand your data and then control the data so that you can separate signal from noise, and then you can really make a full utilization of the data. You can get the most value from the data and get the value with the real confidence and the trust that you require from your data. So that were some of my thoughts getting into 2025. So have a wonderful year and a very data-driven 2025. Thank you.
My name is Amol Dalvi. I am the VP of Product and Engineering at Nerdio. My first prediction for 2025 has to do with AI. We will see AI seep into DAS and VDI management even more so. IT admins will be able to interact with AI agents to manage their virtual desktop estates and extract information about the state of their environments. Second prediction, AVD will continue to stabilize as a technology, which may encourage broader adoption by businesses who have been slower to make the shift to AVD and DAS in the cloud. And finally, I anticipate a resurgence of on-prem VDI solutions in 2025. Azure Stack HCI, now called Azure Local, has matured as a technology and is winning over organizations that have data residency or regulatory controls, face bandwidth challenges, or may not be fully comfortable relying solely on the public cloud.
Are you ready for what 2025 has in store? I'm Nabil Hannan, Field CISO at NetSPI, and we've identified 3 security trends that will shape how organizations approach security next year. First, solution consolidation and the trend of platformization will gain momentum. Security teams will gravitate towards fewer, more integrated solutions to reduce complexity, enhance productivity, and keep pace with the evolving threat environment. Second, there will be a landscape shift in CISO accountability. What we mean by this is security will become a shared business-wide responsibility, and CISOs will adopt more of an advisory role while having a stronger voice at the leadership table. Finally, we couldn't wrap up without talking about AI. Agentic AI will continue to redefine security strategies. In the coming year, agentic AI will significantly transform threat detection and response. Autonomous agents will monitor networks, identify vulnerabilities, and even respond to incidents in real time with minimal human input. However, these tools will also introduce new risks. If compromised, they could inflict serious damage due to limited oversight. To stay ahead, businesses must build robust defenses against adversarial AI and ensure these systems remain secure and trustworthy. For the full list of 2025 cybersecurity predictions, head to netspy.com. Thank you, everyone.
Hi, everyone. This is Paul Spiciali. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer at Scality. We are the provider of the Scality Ring and Artesca object storage solutions. My predictions this year center around the adoption of object storage in several key areas, amongst them AI, backup, ransomware protection, and cloud storage. I'm going to focus on 2 of them here in this video, and then I'd like to encourage you to read them all comprehensively on VMblog.com. So let me start with AI. I predict here that object storage will become the de facto model for developers of high-performance AI applications. These are centered on model training and fine-tuning. This prediction is based on 3 things. First of all, the widespread prevalence of object storage already as a repository in current AI data lakes. Next is the acceptance of the Amazon S3 API among developers. It's extremely popular. And thirdly, the emergence of high-performance all-flash object storage solutions. Developers love this, and they're going to favor object storage for its unlimited namespace and also its API-driven access methods. These fit naturally into current application and also cloud-native design patterns. Next, in the area of ransomware protection, I predict that the next phase will focus on cyber resilience against data exfiltration. There's already a lot of actors that have shifted their attention from the regular encryption-based attacks toward more advanced data stealing or exfiltration attacks, where they take the data and they try to monetize it on the black market. Since these attacks don't really rely on encrypting or altering data, immutability alone isn't enough to stop them. That means that you'll need immutable storage still to fight as sort of a baseline of defense against standard ransomware, but you have to pair it with additional layers of very active cyber resilience that essentially can protect against this kind of emerging threat where, different access probes are used to attack the data. Organizations really have to now invest in securing sensitive data wherever it is, production, in transit, on stored backups. And that really needs something that can protect against more and more types of attack vectors. So with that, I want to thank you for listening, and I encourage you again to read my full list of predictions for the storage market, the object storage market specifically, as published on VMblog. And with that, I wish you a wonderful 2025. Thank you very much.